Are we in a terrible stagnant market? Or is it just the holiday season? I pulled some numbers here and I think I have the answer. Hey guys, it's Erica Galinas with App Properties Real Estate here for our monthly market update. This week we are talking about Munster, Indiana. Munster's kind of interesting. Not a lot of new construction there. Lots of, older mid-century houses that need to be updated, that have been updated. So we'll kind of see where these numbers go. And like I said, I did some research, so we'll see if this market is the horrible stagnation we've all been worried about, or if it's just, December. So month ending December 31st, 2022, in the month of December in Munster, all houses, little condos, brand new condos, giant mansions, everything. There were 24 homes sold in Munster in the month of December. Total volume $8 million, which gives us an average sales price of $335,000. I think it was $335,200 specifically. Average days on market, 40 days on market. Average sales to list price, so what it was listed for versus what they eventually closed for, was about 97%. So not a lot of houses sold in Munster. We saw the same thing last week in my shareable market update. I'm reasonably sure we're going to see the same thing next week in my market update. There's just not a lot going on now. Compared to November 2022 in Munster, 29 units of real estate were sold for about $9 million, which gives us an average market price of $311,000. These are not tremendous differences in numbers from November to December. Average days on market was 34 days in November versus 40 in December. Again, not a lot of difference there. Sales list price 96.8% versus 97% in December. So these are kind of the same numbers. The average is a little bit lower, but not so much that it indicates, some horrible downward trend in pricing or something like that. Active listing in Munster. Actually, just like last week, first let's do pending listings, because I think the active listings, we have a little bit more to talk about there. So pending listings in Munster. So these are things that have been listed, have a buyer, haven't closed yet. 14 pending listings in Munster as of today. Not a whole lot. A couple of them are new construction, which, take a long time to close, although it is those condos in Centennial. So they have a lot of those kind of wrapped up more so than like a single family home or something like that. So 14 pending listings. Average price on those pending listings is $299,000. So, what do we have? 311, 335. $299, like that's, again, not the biggest, swing in prices, but $299 as an average is kind of low. Average days on market, 51 days. So now we're seeing it go from 34 days to 40 days to 51 days. We are seeing some stagnation. Is it Christmas? I guess we'll find out. One new construction pending, again, those Centennial condos, 2 condos, 12 single family homes. In Munster, a lot of times we see a lot of the older condos kind of like going, because usually they're priced pretty well. This time of year, apparently not, for whatever reason. So now, active listings. As I said, there's a little bit more data to kind of look into here, and kind of interesting, maybe, make some predictions about. Active listings in Munster right now. There are 57 active listings in Munster. So, last month we sold 24. There's only 14 pendings. There's 57 active listings in Munster. To break that down a little bit, there's a couple, I think, $4 million homes, $999 plus homes in Munster. Those tend to sit around for a while anyway, just because there's very few buyers that qualify in that price range. Average price for these listings is $406,000. So now we're approaching a tremendous difference between these listing prices and the prices that things are actually selling for. I think related to that, the days on market we see with these active listings is 61 days. So for whatever reason, sellers are still pricing at the height of the market, or at least last summer, when things were hot because the market was better, interest rates were lower last spring, it's Christmas, there's not a lot of activity. Sellers haven't really budged their prices down, it looks like, by very much, because they still have that average of 406 versus February's sales price of 335. New construction, 13 of those are the condos in Centennial, which seem to be selling. I mean, it's always trickier to do new construction numbers just because, they'll show a model that's listed, but they actually sell this other unit, like those kinds of things. 16 new constructions. There's 3 actually really nice homes in like the 800s being built, just, what would that be, west of Calumet and Columbia. There's just a little tiny neighborhood there. They're putting some single family homes in there. And like I said, they're big, they're beautiful, they're like $850,000. So we'll see how long those stay on the market. Single family, 28 homes, 19 condos and townhouses, which again includes these, 13 centennial townhomes, which leaves, what does that leave? 6 just the regular condos, like on Martha Street, or, the different little older ones around Munster. Again, those generally sell pretty well because, they're probably the cheapest thing in the area right now. So in terms of stagnation, this is what everybody's talking about. We nationwide, financial analysts have said, and I think they're right, that we're not going to see a crash like we saw in 2008. We've seen these interest rates go up. We've seen what the buyers have been doing, what the sellers have been doing. This does not appear to be anything like the 2008, real estate crash in any number of reasons. But what we're hearing about now is stagnation. So basically just that means that sellers don't want to sell, which they haven't been wanting to sell for I don't know how many months now. And buyers don't want to buy now because everything's still too expensive. And now their interest rates are, 7.5% versus 3.5% a year ago. Nobody is doing anything. So this is a concern for a lot of different people. Sellers are concerned because they, want to sell their houses and they don't have any buyers. Buyers are concerned because there's no sellers out there and things are expensive. Real estate agents are concerned. Builders are concerned. Just regular people that, have investments in real estate are concerned. I went through and pulled the Munster numbers in December, and it's unique, as I'm sure you can guess. December's Christmas time. It's the holiday time. It's New Year's. It's everything else. In the past, I have not seen December's been as slow as this December was, which was another reason why I went back and looked at these numbers just to see, is my memory playing tricks on me or am I actually correct? So let's look at these numbers for December in Munster. So obviously this year, 24 units of real estate sold, average sales price $335,000. December 2021, so 1 year ago, when we were maybe at the tail end, as it turns out, of this big real estate market boom, 2021, we sold 29 units of real estate, about $9.8 million in volume, average list price of about $339,000, which comparatively, it's $4,000 more than it was this year, and we sold 5 more houses than we did this year. Okay, well, 2020 was the end of the thing. They're talking about interest rates. What about 2021, we're talking about interest rate. What about 2020? So obviously the unpleasantness happened. Everything was weird, but the market was out of control. 2020, December, in Munster, we sold 33 units of real estate. So we went from 33 in 2020 to 29 in 2021 to 24 in 2022. Which isn't that big of a difference. The average sales price in 2020, $331,000. Average sales price in 2021, $339,000. Average sales price in 2022, $335,000. These are all basically the same numbers. It's a swing from $331,000 to $339,000. $8,000 swing. I don't think we are yet seeing market stagnation that everybody is worried about. This does not mean it's not going to happen. I have contacts with buyers and sellers every day. Everybody is pretty much like, whoa, hold on here. Let's see how this goes, for lots of different reasons. But right now, it seems like a lot of people are on pause. However, it is only, January, 12th or something. I don't actually remember the date right now. But we won't really know, and I've told clients this before, we won't really know what's going on with this real estate market until the spring. We have another month and a half of bad weather to get through. We have another, 2 months before, we start getting close to the end of the school year. So maybe people start thinking about, what they're going to do with their summer, whether they're going to move, those kinds of things. We don't really know right now, but I was very pleased to know, and you probably should be too, that we are not seeing some horrific stagnation right now compared to the past 2 years, which historically in my career have been by far the most lucrative sellers market that we've had in, like I said, certainly in my career, but certainly in a very long time. So it's not like things were rolling off the shelves at super high prices 2 years ago in the midst of this big market. These numbers are almost identical. So right now, don't worry about the market. We will talk about it in the spring. Honestly, I don't think we need to worry about it in the spring either, but until I have some numbers to back that up, we will, be cautious about it. in Munster, like I said, I think we're good for now. These are totally normal numbers. Pendings being only at 14 give me, a little bit of pause. But again, next month when I do this, we'll look at the January numbers. And maybe last January it was 16, and 2 Januaries ago it was, 12 or something like that. Because again, these pendings that went under contract December 15th or something like that. So we'll keep an eye on all this. We'll keep an eye on these average close prices. It may not settle at this $299. It could be higher or lower. We won't know until they close. And then most importantly, we're going to keep an eye on those active listings. Two things: how many days on market? Does that keep going up and up and up? And how many price reductions are we seeing in those average prices? So right now we're at 406,000 at 61 days. Next month, is it more? Is it less? And then going through until, like probably April, probably March or April, we'll see it start to break. So if you have any questions about anything like that, or certainly anything to add, information I can use, I would always appreciate hearing from you. You can call or text me anytime at 219-765-2062. If it's easier, please email me at hsbyerica@gmail.com. I'm always happy, like I said, to answer your questions. If you are thinking of buying or selling in the area, obviously I work in Munster, but I work all over really Northwest Indiana. So again, call me or text me anytime. If you like this video, I do my market updates once a week, and on Thursdays I do my buyer and seller tip videos as well. Please like and subscribe to this channel so you can have access to the videos when I post them, and also ring that bell so you can get notified and be the first ones to see them. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you soon.